Members of Parliament's Standing Committee on Public Accounts want the allegations of wrongdoing at Eskom laid bare and the independent intelligence report completed. Scopa members are visiting Eskom headquarters as they continue with hearings into former CEO Andre de Ruyter's graft allegations at the power utility. The former CEO is said to have solicited money from the private sector to hire George Fivaz, a forensic and risk to conduct an intelligence gathering operation. SABC economics reporter Katlego is at the Eskom headquarters and now joins us live. Katlego, good morning and thank you so much for making time for us. So yesterday the members of Scopa was there, and also the explanation from the board was that the first time that they heard about that intelligence report was in January.
Right. Today marks day 2 of Scopa's visit to Eskom headquarters, Megawatt Park, here in Sunning Hill. Those members of Parliament are here already. Proceedings have started in earnest at 9 o'clock, and today we're expecting to see them push to continue getting to the bottom of what happened here. You're right to say that when those allegations were made yesterday, we had from the head of legal, Mel Govender, who clearly took the members of Scopa into her confidence in terms of just the first time that they had revelations of these, allegations and this report, this intelligence gathering process that was initiated by the former group CEO. In her session, she says that last year already, around November, there were just news around this intelligence report, but there were no clear, contents and explanation in terms of what is pertaining to that report, what is in that report. But we're hearing that as Eskom, they are pushing right now to even get their hands on that report. As we speak right now, they don't have the intelligence report. They're just answering questions at the back of those media interviews that we saw the group CEO Andre de Ruyter conduct, and also what is contained in his book. So we saw the head of legal, Mel Govender, yesterday take to the podium to explain really the processes where Eskom is concerned. This is the termination of employment of Andre de Ruyter, this intelligence report that is at the center of what is happening here, and those allegations. We're hearing that the SIU, they have a copy of that report, but Eskom executives, they don't have that report. They've more or less at this point in time roped in the legal team to try by all means at the tune of 2 million rand to get their hands on this report, and also on top of getting their hands on this report, go through the contents of this report and just see if those claims that were made by Andre de Ruyter are something that can be substantiated where this report is concerned. But also they're trying by all means to see if that process was concluded, because at this point in time we don't know if George Fivaz, the firm that was appointed here to look into this intelligence gathering process, completed their report and their processes in terms of what they were investigating here at Eskom. So Scopa is trying to follow the money. They want to get to the bottom of why Andre de Ruyter was let go from the utility. And we saw even yesterday the contradictions coming from the executives and the board in terms of really Andre de Ruyter putting this organization into disrepute. The legal, Mel Govender from the legal team saying that she doesn't see any, issue with what Andre de Ruyter said, because most of the allegations that he made here were not new to Eskom in terms of the theft, corruption and maladministration that has plagued this utility over time. But she was saying that it will be prudent for them as Eskom to get their hands on this report so that they can actually go through the details of what is contained in this report, something that could substantiate or back the claims of Andre de Ruyter here. And yesterday as well, Eldrin, we saw the head of procurement in the hot seat as well here, where members of Scopa were questioning her about procurement processes, the PFMAs, and we know very well that there were claims of the mafias existing here at Eskom, and some of those claims were pertaining to procurement processes that were flouted. What came under the spotlight as well in terms of her testimony before Scopa was the fact that at this point in time she can't tell as to what gave way to that 500 million rand tender that was given to Fidelity last year during Andre de Ruyter's tenure. She had to go and find out from yesterday if there was an emergency that was more or less signed off here to give way for that emergency procurement, because we know even yesterday already right here at Megawatt Park, Eldrin, just outside, there were those demonstrations from some organizations that have taken issue with that 500 million rand 3-month tender given to Fidelity. So Scopa is trying to follow the money here. Eskom is also trying to give their explanation in terms of the processes that are underway to stabilize the entity and to do away with the load shedding. So today we're expecting to see the acting CEO, this being Mr. Kasim, to take to the hot seat. We're expecting as well to see the former COO Jan Obelhoza as well to form part of proceedings here. Members of the board are going to be roped in as well to substantiate against the claims, some of them that were made by Mel Govender, the head of legal, and also the head of procurement. So it's going to be a long day, but those members of parliament already have started with proceedings here at Megawatt Park.